Just 2 days after U.S. President Joe Biden signed legislation making Juneteenth a federal holiday, the nation's capital celebrates the first official Juneteenth holiday. VOA's Saqib Ul Islam reports from Washington, D.C.
The newest federal holiday was celebrated with enthusiasm Saturday, a contrast with a year ago when the country struggled with nationwide protests for racial justice. Allen of Durham, North Carolina, was in Washington's Black Lives Matter Plaza last year.
What's different for me is that we're starting to see some winds of change.
Just 2 days ago, President Joe Biden signed legislation making Juneteenth a federal holiday.
All right.
Commemorating the date the last enslaved blacks learned of the end of slavery in the United States. President Biden described signing this law as one of his greatest honors that he will have as president.
This day doesn't just celebrate the past. It calls for action today. I wish all Americans a happy Juneteenth.
People from around the country were able to celebrate Juneteenth in the nation's capital.
It means a little bit of representation, you know, some acknowledgement of the things that we've been through as a people, and I think it's one step forward.
I will call it a good step. First step, one of many that we still need.
Lisa brought her young daughter to the festivities.
I want her to understand that it's not just a day off, it's a day that we remember our ancestors and their labor. We take that in our present, we take that labor and use it freely to do what we have to do to serve others. To me, it's significant as July 4th.
Veronique Lochdale, a French-American, was visiting her daughter from California when she heard about Juneteenth.
Becoming an American citizen was the best moment of my life because I had chosen this country. I came here because people were open-minded, were curious, were accepting. Until I realized it was not always like this.
This should have been a federal holiday because it's celebrating something so much bigger than just getting away from taxes. It's really about people's freedom and the fight for equality.
For some, Juneteenth is not just a celebration, but a reminder that much remains to be done.
Well, we want things like for institutional racism to be addressed, as well as the affordable housing crisis, which disparately impacts African Americans and Latinos the most. We want access to better health care.
The District of Columbia has special events planned all weekend to celebrate Juneteenth, including block parties and a special lighting for justice and freedom at Washington National Cathedral. Saqib Ul Islam, VOA News, Washington.